Zahar, welcome to you. Could I ask you to please raise your hand so that I can see you? You can hear me? Excellent, thank you. Marie, greetings to you. Please would you raise your hand so I can see you can hear me? Marie, please raise your hand. Ahud, welcome. Please would you raise your hand so I can see you can hear me? Ahud and Marie, please would you raise your hands? Our topic today is communicating clearly, but we have to be participating to do this lesson, so please put your hands up or send me a note in the chat pod if there's some reason that you are not participating. Marie, greetings to you. Welcome. Ahud, welcome to you as well. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Dorothy. I'm speaking to you from South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa, and it is 10 o'clock on a very, very hot day. Not a cloud in the sky, and we would love some rain. Marie, would you introduce yourself, please? Zahar, would you introduce yourself, please? Lovely to have you, Zahar. I've never spoken to anyone in Palestine before, so it's wonderful to have you in class. Ahud, please would you introduce yourself? Joyce, welcome to class. Joyce, we're just about to start. Would you please introduce yourself to the class, Joyce? All right, this is an upper intermediate class, so I'm surprised at people being so slow to introduce themselves. I'm not sure what the problem can be. I hope you've tested your sound. As it shows you on the help slide, you go to meeting and then to the audio setup wizard, and that way you can check that your sound and your mic are working. When you want to speak, you raise your hand. Please remember that when you speak, your mic is green, and when you are not speaking, it is white, and you must only switch your mic on while you are speaking. It must be off at all other times. Oh, sorry to hear that, Joyce. Did you do the check? Can you possibly fix that? Log out and log in again, Joyce. Maybe that will help. If you log out and log in again, that may help. All right, we're going to start the class. And Zahar, at the moment, you're the only person speaking, so this is going to be a private lesson for you, unless the others join in. We're going to be communicating clearly. Ahud? Greetings, Ahud. Welcome. Are you going to introduce yourself? Oh, it's wonderful to hear from you. Great. Zahar, no, it won't be. It won't be too difficult, I'm sure. Let's carry on. Which accent in English is easier to understand, and which is most difficult? I think that most of you have seen movies from America, so you've heard the American accent. Possibly you've heard movies or news broadcasts from England. I think they probably do have pieces of broadcasts on Al Jazeera news. Maybe they have pieces. There's Australian. So this is United Kingdom, Britain, England, in other words. This is Australia, and this is America. Which accent do you think is the hardest to understand? Zahar? Okay, thank you. Ahud, what do you say? Okay, well done there, Ahud. Thank you. Marie, lovely to hear from you. What do you say, Marie? I saw your hand was up, Marie, but I don't hear anything, and your mic is not live. So I think you have a problem with your mic. Oh, there, I can hear something now.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay, good. I was saying that it depends on the dialects, the accents, because, for instance, in America, it could be quite difficult if you hear someone from the South. Could be difficult, and different parts in Britain can also be difficult. So I think it's depending on where in the countries people are from.
Excellent point. Yes, Marie, well done. The American South accent is very hard, but I think the hardest are some of the British dialects. Aliyah, welcome to you, Aliyah. We're talking about accents at the moment. Which accent is easiest to understand, which is the most difficult, and yeah, it's quite, dialects make accents very, very difficult. I agree completely with Marie there. It's most difficult according to the dialect. What can you say if you don't understand what someone is saying? You could say, what? But that's not very polite. So what would be a polite thing of saying? Saile, welcome to you. Zahar, well done. Excellent. Thank you. Marie?
Yeah, something like, I'm not sure I understood that correctly. Could you explain a little bit more?
Excellent. Very good. Yes. So that is the sort of thing you would say if you don't understand what the person has said. I can't understand you. Can you repeat, please? I'm not sure I understood correctly. Can you explain a bit more? Excellent. Really, really good. Thank you, both of you. Anyone have anything they want to add? Any other suggestions you want to offer? Ahud?
Yeah, maybe I will say, I'm sorry, I can't understand you. Can you please repeat that?
Excellent. Yes, thank you very much. That is good. Zahar? Yes, very good. Pardon me, what did you say? Saleh?
Yes, I would say, could you please say that again?
Excellent. Yes, Saleh, very good. Thank you. A very good phrase there. Let me just add your name to our class list, Saleh. Well done with that. Simple and direct and excellent. Okay, so these are kind of things that you can say. Pardon, very British way of saying things. Pardon. Christina, welcome to you, Christina. We're talking about communicating clearly, talking about accents, and you can see some of the comments that the classmates have made already about what to say when you don't understand. So please, could you repeat it, please? Yes, Joyce. Yes, Alia, well done. Let me add that. Could you repeat it, please? Yes, that's also good. Thank you, Alia. Welcome. All right, so now let's look at the next slide. When do you most often need to ask for clarification? When do you find you battle most? It's probably not in your hometown that you battle most. When would you think people battle most and need to ask for clarification? Saleh? Yeah, exactly. Well done. Thank you. Saleh, just one small point, or meeting foreign people, and those are plural, foreign people, so you would say from other countries. From other countries. There. Thank you, Saleh. Zahar? Yes, good, thank you. When someone speaks so softly in a low voice, or the subject is completely new and it takes a little time to understand. Marie?
Yes, sometimes at work when people come in from different countries and are talking about a subject that is sometimes technical or in some way a subject that is difficult to understand even in my own language, then I have to ask them to repeat and explain more clearly.
Yes, thank you. So you agree with Zahar, when it's a new subject, it is more like to ask for them to repeat something. Okay, that is true. Clarification is part of any conversation. That's a good point, Alia. There are often times when we do misunderstand each other. So I was laughing at someone teaching online the other day. And what was she doing that was so strange, bearing in mind it's an online situation? She was using her hands, waving her hands about, trying to demonstrate. And obviously the person in China or wherever could not see her. So body language and gestures would help in the situation Alia mentions where clarification is needed in almost any conversation. Saleh, your mic has been left on. Could you just turn it off for us, please? Saleh, your mic is on. Please, would you turn it off? Okay, never mind. I took it away and returned it, so it's off now. Let's move on to the next slide. Do you use these phrases when you don't understand? Sorry, could you say that again? Could you be more specific? What's whatever? Sorry, I'm not sure I understand what X means. Ahud?
I think I would use the first one. Sorry, could you say that again? If I cannot understand the other person very well, I will ask him politely to repeat that.
Yes, thank you. And it is a polite way of saying that. Yes, thank you. Zahar? That's right. Could you please explain the meaning? Good. The other thing is the second phrase. Could you be more specific? Could you be more specific? What comes to my mind when I hear that is someone says something like, you are always late. And I say, no, I don't think so. Could you be more specific? When was I late? So could you be more specific is another way of what Alia was saying, asking for clarification in an ordinary conversation. Alia, some excellent contributions there, Alia. Well done. Alia is participating through the chat pod, but very well, very good contributions there. I'm just going to copy and paste that for you. They are the phrases that, yes, catch. Yeah, catch is good. I didn't catch that. Very idiomatic, Alia. Well done. I didn't catch that. It is informal and very idiomatic, used in everyday common English. Catch up, yeah, catch up. And the other one is catch a wake up. If I say to you, catch a wake up, Sahar, I mean you haven't been concentrating. Please concentrate. Catch a wake up. Excellent. All right. I think these are all good. These are all good. I'm not sure I understand what something means. And you have used all of those in your examples, so well done. Sally, you have your hand up. Is that, did you want to ask something or comment? Okay, Marie, there we are. Now, please, all of you, don't revert to the chat pod. Ali is doing it because she has a problem. So, Marie, don't revert to the chat pod, please. I like to hear your voice. I don't follow. Yeah, I don't follow. Also very idiomatic. I don't follow, or I don't follow you. You can also put I don't follow you. Well done. When someone doesn't understand you, what strategies can you use to help your listener understand better? So if you have not been clear, this so often happens when you're giving people instructions at work. Alia, your mic went on for a moment. Okay, Alia, go ahead.
Yes. If when someone don't understand, you can ask him questions such as, do you understand? Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Or if you don't know any words, you can just use the body language. Thank you.
Yes, that's right. You can ask them whether they understand or try and use body language or gestures. Particularly if you're giving directions somewhere, to say to someone, take the North Road, and you usually wave your hands to make it clearer. Marie, did you want to add anything?
No, I'm thinking I'm saying the same thing actually. I mean, I would ask what part they didn't understand and what they would like me to clarify in some way.
Good. Okay, thank you, Marie. Ahud, did you want to say anything?
If someone don't understand me, I'll tell him. I'll tell him again using different words, maybe easier words, or maybe I can write it for him. Maybe my pronouncing is not good enough to understand, so maybe I will write it for him. And I
Excellent
will repeat
suggestions, Ahud.
it.
Really good suggestions. Excellent suggestions. Use different words. Don't keep repeating the same words. Use different words. That very often applies on the telephone. Don't keep saying the same word when the person can't hear you. Use a different word. Or if it's possible, you put it in writing. Yeah, well done to all of you. That was excellent. Okay. Listen to your teacher. If you don't understand, ask for clarification. So this is just a little test, but I don't think it's going to fool any of you. I think you're all so good at your English, this is not going to confuse you. Aesthetic, benevolent, and fastidious. Do you want to have a chance to say what you think these words mean? Aesthetic, Zahar. Okay, so the pronunciation is aesthetic. The A and the E become one sound, aesthetic. Okay, anyone have any idea about benevolent? Much easier one. Benevolent. To me, that word sounds like what it is. I like that word. It has a sound that conveys its meaning. Okay? Fastidious. Anyone want to give their version of what it means? Ahud?
Maybe it means picky. Someone his
Nice
choice
word.
is hard.
Picky. Yes, picky. Thank you. Well done, Ahud. Excellent. Now let's put down some possible definitions, and that will help you, I think, to match up the meanings. Those meanings are scrambled. So let's start with aesthetic. Anyone want to give an opinion now of which of these three definitions apply to aesthetic? Everything in the room was aesthetically pleasing. Everything in the room was aesthetically pleasing. Zahar? Yep, thank you. Ahud, the next one, please. Benevolent.
I think it means expressing kind feelings.
Yes, thank you. And then, of course, Marie, fastidious is hard to please. Or the word that was suggested earlier, which is a very good word, a very colloquial word, picky, hard to please. It also means that she's extremely, someone who is very fastidious is very concerned with cleanliness and neatness. So not only is she hard to please, but she's very concerned with having things clean and neat. That we say cats are very fastidious because they're constantly cleaning. So a cat could be fastidious. And as I said, aesthetic would be used to describe something related to beauty. Good, everyone. Excellent. Now we're going to get to our role play. We're a little early here, but I think that's a good thing because I think you all have a lot to say, and we need the time for the role play. So now think of a word in your language that your classmates are probably not familiar with. So then you make a sentence in English, but use that word from your own language, and student B will try to understand from your sentence what that meaning is. So if this person here said, I really like to watch sumo wrestling, which is a style of wrestling typical to Japan, then I think she would have understood. So she would have to say, sorry, sumo, what was that about? So I'm talking just to give you a minute to think of a word you want to use. And I'm just going to start at the top of the list and ask Alia. Alia, where do you come from? What country are you from, Alia?
Oh, yes. Do you hear
Alia?
me?
What country? Yes, what country
Yes,
are you from, Alia?
I'm from Russia, Tatarstan Republic, and I live in a small village.
Excellent. Okay, then you speak to Marie. Okay, then you can speak to Marie.
Okay, yes. Mary, I really like eating pelmeni. What do you think about it?
That sounds very interesting and maybe delicious, but what is it?
Alia?
Yes, you're right. That's a very delicious dish. It is made of meat and it is boiled in a hot water, and people eat it with mayonnaise. It's very delicious.
Okay. Good, thank you. We're going to mix it up again in a little while, so we'll just now, we have a little problem here because in fact all three of the next classmates come from the same area in the world. Alia, could you now, no, Ahud, could you talk to Alia, please?
Sure. How are you, Alia? I will tell you that last night I ate luba.
Alia?
Hello? Alia, can you hear me?
Alia? Okay, Ahud, repeat this.
Oh, sorry, there are some problems with my connection. Sorry, I didn't catch the word. Could you repeat it, please?
Yes, of course, sure. Last night I ate luba.
I'm sorry, but I don't understand what is the word.
You mean luba? It's a kind of green peas cooked with salt and black pepper and mixed fire, and then you can eat it with a spoon. It's a light and delicious healthy food.
Thank you for your explaining me this word.
Okay, good.
Anytime, Alia.
The one problem you're having there is because you've got two microphones open at the same time. What you need to do is when you're listening to your partner, your mic must be off. You can't listen to your partner with your mic on. You must have it off. Saleh, will you please talk to Marie? Saleh, you had your hand up. Did you want to be student A, Saleh? Okay. Marie, could you be student A and talk to Zahar, please?
Okay. During Christmas and New Year, I had 2 weeks off where I went to our house in the mountain in Björnrike, Härjedalen, where we were skiing cross country and downhill. I'm not sure I heard your question. What did you ask me about? Oh, you mean the place that, yeah. Björnrike, Härjedalen is a place in Sweden, in the north, not the very north, but up in the mountains where it's always snow from like October until April, and you can you can go skiing there, and it's really good and very amusing.
Zahar, would you now like to be student A and talk to Alia?
Yes, I like my favorite dishes. They are national dishes, such as perimage, and it's a meat pie. It has triangle shape, and it's very delicious. It's a national Tatar cuisine. Yes, that's my dish. Thank you. Could you repeat it, please? I couldn't understand. Yes, it is my first time here, and I'm very I feel nervous about it, and I don't know which button to push, and I don't know anything here.
Okay, Alia, you've done extremely well, so I'm very glad you got over your nerves. Zahar, Capsum I have heard of through the English classes, but I'm sure that Alia didn't know about Capsum. Saleh, are you ready to speak now? Saleh? I see your hand go up, but unfortunately I don't hear anything, Saleh. Maybe you're having a problem. Let me share with you an incident that happened to me. I come from South Africa and I went to America. I know they speak English, so I did not expect any problems. But I was in the back seat of a car with an American driver, and I could see that a person was going to drive in front of a car. I could see that he was reversing in front of a car, so I said, "Look out." But he paid no attention, just kept on going, and there was nearly an accident. And he said to me, "Why didn't you warn me?" I said, "I did." I said, "Look out." But he said, "I thought you meant I must look out of my window." So that is the kind of problem that one can have. Saleh, I heard you. Sorry, I just wanted to finish what I was saying there. Saleh, go ahead and please talk to Marie. Saleh, ask Marie a question and tell Marie something, and she can ask for clarification. Saleh, can you hear me now? Saleh, I can hear you. Can you speak, please, Saleh? Saleh, I can hear your mic is on. Please speak to me. Okay, Zahar. Well, all right. That is, we've come to the end of the lesson. Unless anyone would like another turn. Saleh is trying, but somehow we're just not connecting. I don't know what the problem is. So let's move on and see here. Today we brainstormed. In other words, we all put our heads together to think of ways to help clarify something we didn't understand. And in the lessons you used those phrases very naturally, so I understand that you are familiar with them. And we used communication strategies to figure out the meanings of words we didn't know. This we didn't do so successfully. For example, if I said to you, we usually have a braaivleis on a Saturday afternoon. You need to ask me questions to try and find out what braaivleis is. So you need to say to me, is that an activity? Or is that a game? Is that a sport? So that's what they're talking about, used communication strategies to figure out the meanings of words we didn't know. what you did was you went quite clearly and you said, I'm sorry, I don't understand, please explain. But sometimes you have to figure it out through the words, the meanings of the words. Have you ever had a problem because you haven't understood something? Did it ever result in a problem when you did not understand something? Perhaps misunderstanding a directions to a place, something like that. Anything they might have had with that, with this? No? Zahar? Yes, when you think they're saying something completely different. I'm afraid that doesn't only happen on the phone, on the internet. When I do classes, I quite often lose a word because it just keeps cutting out at different intervals. I mean, Saleh was participating perfectly well, and now all of a sudden he can't join in. So sorry about that, Saleh. Any questions about the language? Any questions about vocabulary or classmates have used, anything of that sort? Any questions at all? Well, I must say this has been more like having a conversation with a group of friends than teaching, because you've all been extremely good at English. And I congratulate you on learning the language so well. Thank you for participating in class today, and I hope I meet up with you again in another class sometime soon. Goodbye, everybody. I've released the slides for you and the notes, and thank you so much for spending this time with me. Goodbye, all of you.